Hi everyone, Amber here. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing how I created these super adorable and fun clipboard style mini albums. So these are super tiny, super cute, and really fun to make and decorate. So here I'm just giving you a quick overview of all of the materials you will need to put this mini album together. I am making 2 albums, so I have double of everything. As usual, you can find all of the measurements and the pieces you will need down below in the description box so that you can follow along easier. The first step is to wrap some chipboard for the base of our clipboard. So I am taking a piece of medium weight chipboard that measures 2.5 by 4 inches. And I'm using some 1/4 inch double-sided tape to adhere that to the back of a piece of patterned paper that measures 3.5 by 5 inches. And then I'm just going to use my scoring tool, as always, to make sure that everything is glued down nicely. Then, just to make the folding part easier, I scored along the edges of the chipboard. And now I'm cutting all of the corners of the paper off, leaving about 1/8 of an inch or so of paper hanging over. You don't want to cut right up against that corner of your chipboard because then your chipboard will peek through and you won't have as nice of a clean look for the back of your album. So now I am just going to add some double-sided tape to each piece, and then I always start with the longest side. And I'm just going to remove the backing of my tape and fold that over and glue it down, and do the same on the other side. And before I adhere the shorter sides down, I'm going to tuck in any of that excess paper hanging off using my scoring tool. So this just gives the corners a super nice clean look that isn't too sharp or anything. And now that that's done, I am going to, of course, add some stitching. So you can see here I just added some stitching to the base itself. And now I am going to add the backing, which measures 2.25 by 3 3/4. And I'm just going to add a piece of double-sided tape to all 4 of the edges, and then use my scoring tool to smooth that tape out. That makes it easier to remove the backing. And then I am just going to adhere that down. And once you have that done, all you have to do is choose a super cute clip. I'm just using this little pink one, and you have to clip that to the top or the bottom. It's basically a rectangle, so whichever way you want to go is okay. And your base is done. So I just repeated that process so that I can make another mini album. And now I am going to move on to the pages. So your pages will measure the same as the backing of your clipboard base, which is 2.25 by 3 3/4 inch. And I am scoring the top of the page at 1/2 inch. So just make sure if you have a pattern that faces a certain way, like this one here that has the writing on it, just make sure you're scoring at the top so that the pattern won't be upside down or anything. And you can use as many pages as you want for your album. I think I used 7 or 8 for mine. We'll see here, maybe 8. But I am just deciding kind of which patterns I want to be on the front and the back. And for the acetate, I'm going over that score line a couple of times just because it is a thicker material and I want to make sure that it's going to have a nice score line so it's not too hard to crease. And once you have all of your pages scored, all you have to do is fold that tab at the top that measures 1/2 inch down and then just crease it with your scoring tool. So of course, since I'm making 2 of these albums, I'm going to do this twice. You can totally make 1 album. I just knew I was going to love this style, so I wanted to make 2 of them. Once your pages are scored, all you have to do is decide what order you want them in. I added stitching to all of my pages, and then I chose the order I want them in and then stitched along that 1/2 inch section to secure them all together. So you can kind of see here, if it focuses, that I just used my sewing machine to stitch across, and that makes it super easy to flip up through all of the pages. So to do that, I just used a binder clip to hold all the pages together so they are nice and even, and then stitched with my sewing machine. If you don't have anything to stitch with, you can definitely just use glue or double-sided tape. And now that that is done, all you have to do is clip your pages into the little clipboard that we've made by just using the clip. So super, super simple project, but it's so cute and so fun to make. So that is how you make the base for this. Like I said, all of the measurements and pieces you need will be listed down below. And here is some flip throughs of the 2 albums that I have created and finished. The only thing you don't see on these albums are some little teeny tiny tassels that I added. I forgot to add them, and I always add tassels to my projects, so I had to go ahead and do that off camera. But this is what both of the albums turned out to look like. So I hope that you guys feel inspired to create one of these albums. They are so fun, and I love anything and everything mini. So I just thought this was a fun project to do. I made both of these in just a few hours, so it doesn't take too long, and it's a great way to use up some smaller bits that you have, some scrap papers. So this is the first little album, and then the next one turned out just as cute. So I added some rolled flowers to the covers just for some extra dimension, and I think it makes it pop. So thank you guys so much for tuning in to today's video. I hope that you enjoyed it and feel inspired. If you did enjoy it, be sure to like and subscribe for more crafty videos like this. And if you want to check out any other fun projects I have, you can find more tutorials on my channel, and you can also check out my Instagram and blog, which are linked down below. So take care and happy crafting, guys. I'll see you next time with another fun project.